So, hey Monica, how was your weekend? Anything
Oh,
fun? Anything interesting?
uh, nothing to scream about.
No, not really. Like there was this like little event. It's called like E3. It's kind of a underground little gaming
Not many
convention
people
and
know about it
no, it's really new. It's really new.
for good reason. It
Um
doesn't come out with
yeah.
any news or anything.
Yeah, absolutely nothing about Halo Infinite at all. At all that we're going to talk about. Yeah. So E3 just happened.
Yeah, so there is definitely lots to talk about after this past weekend
Mhm.
in both campaign and multiplayer.
Yeah.
And we're going to hit as much as we can
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh yeah.
Let's start with campaign.
Our bread and butter.
I
Got it.
think I was not I don't know what I was exactly expecting.
Mhm. I wasn't expecting much, that's for sure. I'm just still used to like story stuff being kept so under wraps until like the last minute.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised to see a particular character that
Oh yeah,
like wait, what?
yeah. Those Marines that were walking around on Zeta Halo, right?
Oh yeah, exactly that guy. That one particular tiny little guy with the sniper rifle.
Yeah,
Um well, let's kind of start there. Do you want to just kind of talk about it in order? Like how
yeah.
Joseph Staten came on, Bonnie Ross came on,
Hmm.
and started talking about Halo, which you and I were, texting and we were like, when is they gonna show Halo?
Yeah. I think as soon as the conference started, it's like, yeah, I don't think they're either going to start with Halo or they're going to keep us wait until the end, and they didn't start with Halo. It's like, okay,
And they
cool.
also
So we're
didn't
gonna have
end
to wait
with
like an hour and
Halo.
a half.
Yeah.
It didn't end with Halo. We had Halo right in the middle.
Because last year they had Halo, like, bam, it was first up.
Yeah, there you go.
So, anyway, yep, those familiar faces, Joe Staten and Bonnie
Hmm.
Ross came on with
Hmm.
Chief in the background, and so then my heart was like, okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Um,
Time to pay attention.
some really cool introduction from him. Just, I think, just talking about the development process a little bit,
Yeah.
about, there were high hopes this year because of last year's reaction
Oh
with the
yeah.
graphics and
Hmm. Yeah, and then like fittingly enough, we start out with a gorgeous view of Zeta Halo, and you see like a little marine outpost, and you see a Banish Tower in the background, but it all looks so gorgeous. So
oh yeah, so much better than last year. The environment looks so much better. The camera kind of pans over all of those marine outposts,
hmm.
and you can, if you pause, you can kind of zoom in and see some of the areas that look like vehicle spawns,
Hmm.
possibly. There's a little green AR.
It's like on a little ammo case or something, like a weapon crate.
Yeah, or some kind of like you might be able to adjust your loadout in at
Yeah,
these points or
it's like a
customize some of your weapons at these spots. I don't know.
yeah, like a weapons table or something. But it's interesting.
In that beautiful grand kind of panning over the environment, they gave you that
Oh
little
yeah.
glimpse of possible gameplay fun
Hmm.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
It does look so much better. I'm still hoping we kind of see different environments cuz it was more of just the same
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest, which is beautiful,
Yeah. No, I love the Pacific Northwest.
but I want some
Yeah.
desert.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
I
will,
want
but
snow.
don't want to spoil everything in one go.
We know we're not getting rain or
Yeah.
thunderstorms or anything. Maybe in the future.
Yet.
Yet.
Let's wait for the rain DLC.
Yeah.
Comes with jazz.
Yep. Was there anything you want to say about that?
Just a passing joking comment how it looks like Breath of the Wild. Not that that's a bad thing.
Oh yeah.
I think open world games like this could be very fun. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like ODST but massive.
Yeah, I'm curious of how open world is going to be. They've
Yeah.
pointedly not said the words open world,
Yeah.
so I think it's going to still be just fantastically open.
Oh yeah. And
But
like like ODST had that open world you could explore, but
yeah.
then the actual story bits were more linear.
Yep. Mhm.
Regardless of how it works out, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So then we jump over to a Pelican Bay with Chief
Hmm.
kind of standing as the doors are opening into space.
Looking like it's picking up where the first trailer ended.
Mhm. Yeah, I think you're right. That looks
Hmm.
like the transition there.
Yeah.
And we get this whole scene of him floating through space, like all of this debris. Bodies are
Mhm.
floating by, Covenant and human.
It's really reminiscent of Halo 4. The ending of the first mission when I say landing when you're falling into Requiem,
Yeah,
only less chaotic.
that actually the whole part does remind me of Halo 4.
Mhm.
The trailer, the announcement
Yeah.
trailer, I think it was.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's definitely more actiony.
Mhm. Where he's flying through the wreckage of the
Yeah, he's shooting through walls and stuff. And like in this trailer for Infinite, we see him throw a fusion coil at the
Mhm.
wall, and he has one bullet in his sidearm or his sidekick.
Uh-huh.
You can hear Brohammer's talking to him like, "You have one bullet against a whole army. How are you gonna make that work?" And Chief is like, "I told you, it's enough." And he just
Yeah.
like shoots it through a wall. Oh, so good.
And then he finds another magazine conveniently floating in zero G.
Yeah, yeah. It
I
just
mean,
really,
it's wreckage. You're gonna find stuff.
it's really fun just to be watching him bounce
Yeah.
from, debris.
Those Spartan moments are just really captivating.
Yeah, and I really loved how gently he was handling the dead Marines.
Mm.
Because with the Covenant, or I see you keep saying Covenant, banished. With the banished, he's like throwing him away. He's like spinning around
Yeah.
him, and then he gets to like dead Marines. He's like gently moving them to the side. So it's just
Because he respects them.
you can see his like his body language, even in zero G, his helmet looking at them. You can tell like the emotion is
Mhm.
there, and that
Everything is like just deliberate in what John does.
yeah, I just thought the whole presentation of this part was really really great.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then after he gets the assault rifle, we see him kind of transition into a banished ship. I think it's like a
Mhm.
hangar or something because
Mhm.
it's just like an open entryway with a energy shield covering it. So I'm assuming it's a hangar.
Yeah, and
And then
right before then,
oh,
Cortana's
the Cortana moment,
yeah, Cortana's voice comes over.
quote unquote Cortana moment.
Yeah, and she says, "I need you to understand. There's not much time. If you knew how you were going to die, how would you live your life differently?" And we don't know who she's talking to. We don't really actually know if it's Chief or not.
If it's a flashback or if it's not.
Yeah, but the music changes at that point, and it gets into kind of like just Halo 3 vibes a little bit.
Yeah.
Just really
Yeah.
solemn and somber this whole part. So yeah, that was pretty cool. What I liked as well was
Mhm.
the third to first person transition with the grapple shot. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
saw from remember in last year's trailer when Brohammer, they land the Pelican, they're on the ring, and Chief looks out the open Pelican, and then the camera
Mhm.
kind of zips into his HUD,
Yeah.
and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're like, bam, let's play. That's kind of how this cutscene transitioned.
Mhm.
You're watching him go through space, and you can see him like zero in on some kind of like debris,
Mhm.
and you see his like arm come up with his grapple shot, and then you get into first person, and you kind of jump into, like you were saying, that banished shield.
Yeah. So that might have been like the transition into the first mission or the first story quest or whatever they're going to be called.
Yeah,
Because if it picks up like right after Brohammer wakes Chief up, then that's pretty early in the game, I think.
yeah. So the next scene is incredibly interesting.
Mhm. We meet someone new.
Yeah, we meet someone new. We see Chief in what we think is the Forerunner room. What are we calling
Yeah.
this? Mysterious
I
Forerunner
mean,
room.
I'm not sure what the room it is. Like, I don't know if it is the auditorium or if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has Forerunner architecture in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty confident to say that it's somewhere on Zeta Halo.
Yeah, I think that's a good guess.
Yeah. It's the Palace of Pain.
No.
No.
I hope.
Unless.
But we see that Chief is working with another AI.
Mm-hmm. Another Cortana
Another
model.
Cortana model.
Which was pretty speculated upon that's probably going to be the case.
Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't a shock. It was a shock to see it here in this time, but I was not surprised by this at all.
Yeah.
Like this plot thread.
Because it was kind of foreshadowed back in Halo 4, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
and Shadows of Reach, everybody was pretty much on the same page of,
yeah, we know what the package was that they were after.
yeah. So, what did you think? What did you think, like, when you first saw her and saw her mannerisms and saw, her appearance, the way Jen Taylor was presenting her voice? Like, what were your thoughts?
That's definitely not Cortana, but she's definitely related to Cortana in some way,
Mm-hmm.
which led me to remember, Shadows of Reach. Yes, definitely related to Cortana. Um, I guess she's Cortana's younger sister, the Weapon, whatever people want to call her for now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping her name is Durandal because that would be wonderful.
Yeah, we don't know her name yet. She's just called the Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like her appearance.
Yeah.
She's a lot of what I hoped for.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't want a carbon copy Cortana. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody wanted that other than
Mm-mm.
the weird fanboys.
Uh,
So essentially, this AI's job is to, quote, imitate Cortana and lock her down for deletion, or lock her in place. And then
mm-hmm.
Chief's job was supposed to deliver her to infinity? Did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, she
so
said the
to
Infinity.
deliver her to infinity for deletion. That was
Uh-huh.
the mission here.
Which apparently didn't happen
Right.
because she tells us that upon Cortana's deletion, her own deletion routines would kick in. And she's still
Yeah,
there.
and she's saying she says the rogue AI Cortana has been deleted, and she's like, wait, what? How? By you? She's like, well, no. So there's this mystery of like, well, what happened to Cortana? Who deleted her?
Mm-hmm.
How did she get deleted? Also, if she was, because I have a lot of questions. How does Cortana 2.0 know that she was deleted?
Mm-hmm. Or is she assuming this?
I just don't understand. I still don't get how her imitating Cortana would succeed in locking real Cortana down. Like, would real Cortana get suspicious of like a weird subroutine or
Mm-hmm.
something, and she'd be like, "Who are you?" Is he think that?
I say this with nothing but respect for Cortana because I love her, but I think she's just vain enough that if someone is like pretending to be her, she'd be like, "Hold on a minute,
Yeah, I
what's
guess
going
it was.
on?" And go investigate.
I guess that's what they mean.
Yeah.
So we have a ton of mysteries to uncover with kind of
Oh
what's
yeah.
been going on, what the mission exactly was, and what has happened now.
Mm-hmm. And how did the banish factor into this?
Yeah.
Who is Harbinger? What is the
Yeah.
auditorium? There's still a lot that we can't really piece together too well, which is good because it means we got a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm starting to trust what 343 has been telling us for the past year or so about how they're not going to drop threads from
Mm-hmm.
Halo 5 and they're not going to drop the created, which I think a lot of us were worried about.
Yeah, it'd be a lot more unsatisfying if the creative plotline just disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was poorly received in Halo 5, but it would be even more poorly received if you just dropped it and pretend like it never happened and not deal with it. So again, I feel better about this plot thread,
Yeah.
and also, but still, again, Harbinger, Auditorium, Escherum's role there on the ring. So still a lot of things that I'm excited about that are not created related.
Yeah. And they've also kind of made this callback to the Forerunner saga as well with the weapon and with
Oh yes, they did.
Cortana, with just parallels to mendicant bias and offensive bias, where Cortana is mendicant and the weapon is offensive.
Absolutely.
Which kind of makes the created conflict a lot more satisfying.
It's easier to stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like would I still prefer this thread? No. Would I still prefer this plot? No. But you're right. I think it's fun. It's really fun to point back to the Forerunner saga and be like, "Oh, look at these parallels. They're great."
It feels like 343 is doing what they did with Halo Reach and Halo The Fall of Reach, where they didn't really mesh until 343 took a hammer to them and made them mesh. And now they work. And now you can appreciate both.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's great to be able to reconcile these plot lines.
I'm more hopeful than I was a year ago for sure about the creative plot line. Also, Jen Taylor her voice, she sounds, like you said, younger.
Yeah.
She sounds just kind of more naive a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so excited to see kind of the dynamic switch here
Yeah.
between, I mean, it's kind of almost the reverse of
Mm-hmm.
what we've seen in the first, especially in the first trilogy, where Chief was, the machine and Cortana was not.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I don't know. I'm looking forward to almost the reverse here, with the AI being kind of mechanical. Even she's not mechanical, but she seems kind of professional. She's trying to be professional.
Yeah. She's hasn't gotten that level of humanity yet. Probably because she's so young. Maybe with the
Yeah.
whole created thing, the UNSC is putting heavy restrictions on smart AIs, stuff like that.
Yeah. And we'll touch on this a little bit later, but in Cannon Fodder, just
Mm-hmm.
very recently,
Yeah.
Jeff wrote just about that, about how,
Mm-hmm.
understandably, UNSC is not so enthusiastic about bringing in a bunch of smart AIs. Understandably. I'm just really excited to see the dynamic between Chief and Weapon Cortana.
And I kind of want to see her interact with Brohammer too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's any. Ooh, I wonder if there are any protocols for, like, Chief is the only one she can talk to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Well,
remember if.
the mission changed. They always do. Now you
Yeah.
can hang out with Brohammer.
I'm trying to remember if Chief mentions the weapon to Brohammer in the last year's trailer. I don't think he does. I think he's like, we need to take out those AA cannons.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. It's not like, I need to get the weapon to the base over there,
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, I don't
Interesting.
know.
We'll have to find out.
We'll have to find out. I really liked how because you can see some humanity in her. She's got funny expressions, like,
Yeah.
still here. She's bubbly and she seems.
She's a little awkward and I love her.
Yeah, she is. And you see her kind of look over to Chief because he's got his back to her. She's like, still here, haha. She like looks at him and he starts to turn back to her and she straightens and puts her hands behind her back. She's like, oh, stand to attention. And then he's like, good, you're still here. She's like, wait, good? What? And it's just, I'm going to really enjoy kind of watching her open up, I feel like, to Chief's humanity. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So was there anything else in the campaign trailer that we didn't talk about? I feel like there must be, but the graphics look so good.
The graphics,
His
Marines
armor,
walking around,
the
the cool
sidekick.
transitions.
Yeah, the sidekick looks better. It got a redesign, or it got some kind of extension
touch-up.
on the bottom or something. It looks heftier and more. It looks more science fiction to me, in my opinion.
I'll have to go back and frame by frame that then.
It's when he shoots the fusion coil. You can get a good profile of it. It looks better. But yeah, I don't have anything else about the campaign.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Let's jump into multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because I think that was kind of the main reveal.
Yeah, that was definitely the heart of the presentation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. First
fun.
impressions.
It looks fun. It looks really fun.
So fun. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. The equipment looks really fun to play with. They seem to have updated the appearance of the drop shield.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, in the campaign trailer, it was just kind of like a really tall, smooth wall. And now it looks like it's a bit more compact and more angular.
Oh, I noticed that.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. And then we see, I think it's called the repulsor. Like, just this little pulse that the Spartan shoots out of their left arm. And it redirects, like, a rocket, or I think it was a plasma pistol burst.
It was like a fuel rod cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that was?
Mm-hmm. I think there's also a scene where they use it to extend their jump.
What?
So it looks like it's got a lot of utility, and I'd love to play with that.
You can jump off your teammate's arm and like
jump up, have your buddy repulse you a little bit higher into the air,
and then grapple shot to a wasp and hijack it.
Yeah, and the grapple hook, the grapple shot.
Yeah.
You've seen it in multiplayer, and it's not just for mobility; it's got utility too.
Yeah.
Drag weapons to you.
Oh yeah, you can grapple to the ceiling. There was a shot where you can grapple to the ceiling and like go in midair kind of. And in this particular scene, it was like it had a sniper rifle and he just sniped like in midair.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I saw a classic noob combo in there as well.
Oh, lovely. It's not Halo without that.
Mm-mm.
And then something I was not concerned, but wondering how they would do it since the multiplayer is free, if they would have some form of battle pass. And they are. And it's going to be like MCC, where if you don't complete it, you keep it. And you can still complete it whenever you want.
Yeah.
So there's no pressure to get to 100. Destiny.
Yeah. Destiny. I think the thing I was most interested in this campaign, or in this multiplayer trailer, was the Academy.
Story implementation.
Yes. The Academy is it seems, they called it like an onboarding experience for new players.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about how this is all, you learn how to do things with weapons, you can learn equipment and get the feel for it, but also like learn about new characters.
Yeah.
And my brain went, characters?
New people.
So I'm hoping that there's going to be maybe some, I don't know, lore, like maybe a codex that you can add to. It's almost like maybe like a tower, like Destiny. Like you come here to kind of decompress and
I mean, I'm
learn new
definitely going to be
skills.
doing that. They were mentioning that you can set up bot matches to...
Yeah.
That I've been really wanting to play for a while, because sometimes you want to play multiplayer, but you don't want to play with other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to have a power trip and pretend you're good at the game.
Yeah.
But that'd be a really cool new custom game type to just unwind with your friends. Just fire up a couple bots and go to town.
Yeah. It looks really fun.
And they have like a firing range to test weapons and stuff.
Yeah. And we haven't actually said the name of this academy yet.
Oh, yeah. What is the name of this academy?
The name is Avery J. Johnson Academy of Military Science.
It's the least of what Johnson deserves.
Yeah.
Which is really great, and I'm super happy, but my man.
I know.
He deserves the world.
It's very good. And it's also, so we found this out in Cannon Fodder, but this academy is on a, quote, hidden facility on a frontier world. And like canonically, we're training a new wave of Spartan 4s.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, because the kind of scene they set was Chief is off on Zeta Halo, other heroes are off elsewhere on Zeta Halo and beyond. But there's still the need to train new soldiers, try to replenish the ranks of humanity's heroes. So that's kind of the story angle from this academy.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I mean, yeah. Especially now that you can ethically make Spartans.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what this frontier world is. If it's a world we haven't seen before, if it's something we have.
Yeah. I wonder if it's Secret Frontier World in the way that Onyx was, in that it was completely off the books, or if it's just someplace out in the sticks where you wouldn't expect the UNSC to have an installation on.
Yeah.
Like, how secret are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
When they add lore into the multiplayer, that's the best thing.
Speaking of, Cannon Fodder also had some map lore. So the maps that we saw in the multiplayer reveal, there were some notes on these particular maps. And one map that we saw was Earth.
Yeah. It's the spitting image of old Mombasa.
Yeah.
Because it's old Mombasa.
So we're going to get some cool Halo 2 vibes.
I really appreciate that so far we have a lot more kind of like color palettes for the missions, because Halo 5 had a lot of shades of UNSC.
For the maps, you mean? Color palette
for
the maps? Yeah.
Just different aesthetics and different locations and different places.
Well, and I also like that it looks like a real place. No offense to Halo 5, but it looked a lot like just blocky and...
Yeah. The Halo 5's maps were definitely like, this is an arena shooter map.
Yeah.
Which they were good maps. Halo 5 had amazing map design.
Yeah. I just like the aesthetic that we're seeing here so far for Infinite.
Yeah. It really calls back to the older games where you're fighting in places, in actual places.
Yeah, and there's like a Valhalla look-alike map. I don't think it's exactly Valhalla, but
no, it definitely looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely harkens back to that map.
Yeah. And then that hydroelectric plant that we've seen before, it has Halo 3 and Halo Reach vibes to me,
Oh, yeah.
with maybe a little bit of Halo 4.
I even see a little bit of Halo 5 in there, too.
Yeah. Like, these maps have a little bit of everything, it sounds like.
Ooh. The other
Uh-huh.
thing that I was so intrigued about were these little. So this is what I was talking about earlier. But the military, the Spartans, you'll have your own kind of AI construct with you.
Yeah, like you have your own little AI.
Yeah, to help you through battle, like to assist you in combat. I think.
Yeah, kind of like how in Halo 5 you'd have Palmer or Exuberant Witness or Buck or
Mm-hmm.
oh god, I forgot the grunt's name, but he was the best one. You'd have the different announcers, but in this case you have like your own little AI in your ear talking to you about the stuff you do.
Yeah,
And
and
like you're talking about your objectives and stuff.
and it sounds like they may be different. Like I'm gonna read. So the one named AI that we've gotten is Lumu,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna read exactly what is on. I'm gonna read this verbatim from Waypoint because I'm here. Lumu constructs share a common citation calculus core with AI used in the fields of finance, providing a distinctive cost-benefit approach to decision-making assistance. That being said, they aren't quite as fun at parties. So I'm wondering if because it says right here, it's like there are other AI and they are fun. So I'm wondering if you can pick a specific AI construct for a specific method of fighting. Like, I don't know what this means by exactly like distinctive cost benefit approach to decision making assistance. Like,
I think that's I read that as more for flavor and like to explain their personality
okay.
more so than anything, because I know there was other one that I don't know if we have the name for them, but they're more angular, like a box, whereas Lumu is round and kind of looks like the superintendent.
She looks like Evie from Wally.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
That's what I thought it was at first. I was like, wait.
Yeah. But there's that other orange one that's boxier.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he looks a bit more aggro, a little bit more serious. So I think the flavor text is just for flavor.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I maybe I'm reading too much into it. I feel like that almost might be too challenging of strategy to try to like, which AI do you want? The one that's going to help you with, I don't know, I feel
your
like
finances, the one's going to help you do your taxes.
Well, more like yeah, because again, I don't exactly know how the finance would come into it, but I was thinking more like, hey, if you pick this AI will help you more with close quarters combat or something. This AI will help you measure the distance. Not that you really need this in Halo, but like this AI will help you measure the distance of long range weapons, or calculate the wind speed. Again, this is like my own kind of like. This would be cool in a book rather than multiplayer.
Oh yeah, in the lore, absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. I think in the game itself, they're just for flavor and have different personalities.
Yeah.
In the lore, it'd be really interesting to have these dummy eyes be like other little tool sets to help you out.
So I think we're pumped to see different. I like this. I like that idea of having little AI constructs. But again, I would kind of like to see some kind of in-universe hesitation or acknowledgement that, hey, we're using AIs and our main foe in the universe right now is an AI. So
yeah. Well, I mean, if they're dumb AIs, then they're a lot easier. You know, they're not gonna go rampant.
And in Cannon Fodder, it does say that the reality is that these constructs remain integral to a large portion of the foundational systems in place for 26th century life. So, that makes sense. You can't really just stop having AI after you have them for centuries.
And then does continue to say that the UNC has maintained limited integration of more rudimentary constructs.
Right.
Tailored to a variety of specifications, which
tailored to a variety of specifications. Specializations, not specifications.
Specifications?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, well, that's your
But
fault.
nope, that is my fault. But I am now pointing to this specializations and saying, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'm gonna do my theory. I'm gonna actually hold that to the.
I mean, Halo 4 did something like that with the Spartan. Oh my god, what was it called? The once you hit a certain Spartan rank, you can specialize and you get like another piece of equipment that will give you a specific boost.
What? I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
they're those same stat boosts are also in MCC. Like they're all already unlocked, but in Halo 4 when you got to a certain rank, you would unlock like the special armors like Wet Work,
Okay, yeah.
Pioneer, Engineer. What Engineer was one of them? But like I think it was Engineer that like made it so that your vehicles live for longer, like they don't take as much damage,
Yeah.
or that like yeah. So I mean, it's been done before in Halo multiplayer, so it's possible that these little AI constructs can give you a special perk. That
I'm
would
gonna
be neat.
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
That is I'm gonna hope for that.
And I mean, considering how they're really going hard on customization, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're really going hard. I mean, we've seen you can have a prosthetic arm, which I'm totally going to get after all my shoulder dislocations. Get rid of this thing. Give me a cool prosthetic arm, please.
If you can't have one in real life, at least you can get one
Yeah,
in Halo.
if I can't have one in real life, then I want one in Halo. But it's just like you can customize your arm. I mean, it goes back to Reach customization, which was the best. It was so fun. But other than that, trying to think about multiplayer. What else?
We
they
didn't talk
talked
about our new Spartan commander.
Oh, we didn't talk about our new Spartan commander.
Which we don't know a whole lot about her, but I'm very excited to know more about her.
Lorette Agrina? Agrina? Yeah, Agrina. She seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is she? The Spartan Academy? She's just a commander?
Yeah, she's like the same rank as Palmer.
Okay.
So she would command the Spartans in the academy, like how Palmer's the commanding officer of all the Spartans aboard the Infinity.
Yeah, I really liked the first person when you walk out of the Pelican. I think she's to your right. She's like leading you down the Pelican, and you're kind of looking around at the new base and stuff. I just love that in-universe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She seems really cool.
It has big Spartan Ops vibes.
Yep, big Spartan Ops vibes. Yeah, I'm hoping we learn more about her as we kind of maybe there's progressions as you learn at the academy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think things would be locked. I don't know if there's, goals, because if you were trying to onboard new players, you want it to be as accessible as possible.
I got the feeling that they're going to have like a little optional tutorial where they walk you through the academy and all of the training stuff, like they take you to the firing range, they teach you how to do the bot matches, they take you to Spartan customization. Because I think in the VDoc there is a scene that says that you have unlocked your AI companion.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's like if that would be part of the tutorial or if like once you get to a certain rank you unlock more customization options.
Yeah.
But, stuff we'll have to wait and find out.
I'm going to do all of the training tutorials.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to do them all and pretend that I'm playing Halo for the first time. Oh.
I can't wait to play the campaign for like 5 hours straight.
Yeah.
And like at 3 a.m. I gotta go to work in 5 hours, but let me start the multiplayer tutorial now that I'm taking a break from the campaign.
Yeah. I'm going to take that whole day off. I may take
same.
like several days off.
Yeah. I'll get a weekend. Maybe a long weekend. I deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't, sorry, I can't come and make macchiatos all day. I gotta play Halo. Sorry.
So yeah, I think the general consensus for multiplayer reveal has been really positive.
Absolutely.
I am with everybody when I say it looks so much better than last year.
It really does.
All of the weapon comparisons, especially with the Commando, there was a shot-by-shot comparison of last year's versus this year's.
We saw the skewer in action. It looks so good.
Yeah. So, and the banished weapons and cannon fodder, they look exactly as you would expect. Basically, red and armed to the teeth.
And then armed some more, just for good measure.
Yeah. So, just the whole design and the aesthetics looking really cool.
Hopes are high.
Do we have anything else?
Have I mentioned how excited I am to play this game?
Yeah, I am more optimistic now than I was last year about everything. But for me, I had faith that they would fix the graphical issues, but I had
absolutely.
less faith that I would see a campaign that I would be excited about. But that changed.
Oh yeah.
I still knew I was gonna be excited no matter what. But after this weekend, I was like, okay, it does seem like you guys are staying true to the, like, picking up the created, like, not letting the created stuff go just swept under the rug.
I'm just really curious how the created and the banished and whatever Forerunner shenanigans are going to be happening are going to all tie in together.
And I still stand by my argument that because we don't know because we haven't seen, heard any hint of Flood, that means that they're going to be in it.
Fingers crossed. Again, Zeta Halo. If they're going to make a comeback, Zeta Halo.
And I just want that whole reaction again that you get in CE when you encounter them for the first time.
This is something different.
Yeah. But it'd be even more fun in Infinite. Like, I don't know, Chief is just in a Forerunner facility exploring somewhere and he hears a noise, or you know how, like, in Halo 2 the Arbiter and Ratas were like, what's that smell? Or what is it? That stench. I've smelled it before, kind of thing. That's when you get the, like, oh crap part. But, like, in Infinite it could be something like Chief, like, it'd be so funny if his shoulders.
Be terrified.
It would be so funny if his shoulders just sagged and he's like, oh god, this again. He turns around and it's like, yep, there's some Flood coming at me.
I don't know if he'd be more annoyed or terrified.
That would be so funny.
If you remember in the Flood,
he's
when that
scared
infection
of him.
form almost got to his neck.
Yeah.
I want John to be happy, but I also want him to express his visceral fear and disgust of the Flood.
Yeah, I was kind of being jokey when I be like, oh, nuts. He, like, kicks the floor. I gotta do this again. Dang.
Oh, I'm not joking. I want John to be terrified.
Oh, yeah, no. I definitely would prefer him to be like, oh, okay, I'm a little nervous now. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yep. Just a few more months.
Now that they've kind of opened the veil with multiplayer, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more in the next month or so.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, any final thoughts, Josie?
Where's the Covenant Carbine?
Don't talk to me about it. I didn't see it. I was looking for it. I saw the Pulse Carbine, and I threw up a little bit. But I didn't see the Classic Carbine. If you listen to our first episode, you know how passionate I am about this. Whatever, I'm over it.
So am I weird for wanting to see the concussion rifle again?
Yes.
Alright, fair.
You are weird.
Alright. It's a funny gun. It's a funny gun.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, aside from that, no, I think I'm just really hyped.
Yep. So, hopefully when we see more news in the future, we can create a coherent podcast episode about it instead of just screaming for 30 minutes. Because I feel like I'm getting to that point. I'm getting to that hype point a little bit.
Yeah, the closer we get to it, the harder it is to have, like, coherent thoughts and not just go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much. So join us for more coherent episodes at a future time. Or just screaming. Either or, pick one.
You know, that's always fun.
Yeah.
As long as we have fun, that's what matters.
Yeah. So I think that's it. I think I'll do it for this one.
Yeah, sounds like a wrap.
Thanks for listening once again. We'll hopefully see you sometime later.
Yeah, catch you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.